Yeah. CMG. Collective music, nigga. We swap shit up. We bring shit back. Yeah. I get paid 100 different song ways, and I'm in the bill with my young nigga way. I get paid 100
Wave Chapelle, a warm welcoming. You know, he be in and out of Atlanta, but he hasn't really experienced Atlanta on some industry type work yet, you know what I'm saying? So this is his first real week in Atlanta, getting in the trenches, taking up studio to studio, you know what I'm saying, meeting the who's who of Atlanta, and that's why I wanted him to meet some more who's who, and I'm glad y'all came to rock with us today. So if you don't know about my man Wave Chapelle, he just signed with Yo Gotti CMG in print. Yeah, round of applause for that. The youngest cat on the label, one of the dopest lyricists, you know what I'm saying, for being 19, he's incredible, and I'm not even gonna say too much more. I'm gonna let Wave explain, you know, what's going on right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so basically, like he said, shout out to DJ Smallz. Y'all give it up for DJ Smallz, man, putting this opportunity together for artists in the building, man. That's what it's all about, man. This is Atlanta coming together. They talk about the new Atlanta, but there's no such thing to me as a new Atlanta. This is the Atlanta, period. Here we are, the culture, we're the Atlanta hip-hop. So I know you guys are probably wondering, why are they all sitting down? Yes, we are going to ask this man right here, the newly signed gentleman to CMG, Yo Gotti's record label, some questions. I want you guys, you probably, you know, you've seen him performing, you've probably seen his glory, but now it's really time to learn his story. And this panel is being presented by Hip Hop Weekly. So give it up for Hip Hop Weekly. Y'all can show some love. Y'all can clap in hands. This is a very interactive panel. So at the end of this, what I want to do is I want to open this up to you guys for some questions, because it's cool for me to ask questions. But let me back up, I'm sorry. My name is Lady B, formerly Lady B, Bria Janelle now. Streets 94.5, Atlanta's new hip-hop station. Let me get that introduction so you guys will probably know who's talking. So ladies, so tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started doing music.
Well, first and foremost, I'm from Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying, up north, Midwest. And I got into music, you know what I'm saying, real early. Like, my whole life I've been around music, you know what I'm saying, growing up. I was just around it. Like, my mom was heavy into music, you know what I'm saying, my pops did music. He was an artist himself, you know what I'm saying, by the time I was born he was still doing his thing. So I was just around it, and I wrote my first rap when I was in like 4th grade, you know what I'm saying, and it sounded like a Jay-Z H to the Izzo, and it was whack, you know what I'm saying, because I was a 4th grader, you know what I'm saying, but it was a rap nonetheless. So
how'd it go?
Yeah, how'd
it go?
I honestly don't remember it. I'm not even gonna kick it because I don't remember it, but I got it at my mom's crib, you know what I'm saying, it's somewhere in the drawer or something like that. But that's really how I got into it. I was just kind of born into it. I was around it all the time, and I just wanted to really tap into that. And I think the first album I really consciously listened to was Kanye College Dropout. Like, my mom's bought it or whatever, and she played it in the car, and she kept all her CDs in the car. And one time I came from school and I stole it out of her car and played it in my room for like a whole week straight. And after that I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? So that's really how I got into it.
So tell us about the Milwaukee music scene, because we don't really hear about it in Atlanta. About a lot of artists coming out. Only artists I've ever heard of, the Cranberry Show. I don't even know if you know who they are. Coming out of Milwaukee. But tell us about the music scene, what it was like when you were coming up.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a deep local scene, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much talent in Milwaukee. Like, it's different artists, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? Even like my clique, when we was in high school, we was doing our thing, but it's like no like label buildings there or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of harder to get on the radio and do like big shows locally. So it's hard. Like, the people there, we have to make the music scene in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? It's not just there. Like, if you go to Memphis or in Atlanta or LA or New York, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? You go to Milwaukee, there's not much to build from. There's no platform. So it's just the indie artists doing their thing, just trying to make it ourselves. So, you know, it was a little challenge, but you know what I'm saying, I kept grinding, you know what I'm saying, just pushing the music, and definitely the internet grind really helped, because, you know what I'm saying, even though you don't have it in your city, you can get to so many other different cities through the internet, and that's really kind of how I maintained when I was doing music in Milwaukee. Yeah.
So you talk about the music scene coming up. January 4th, around 9 o'clock, your whole life changed forever. I want you to tell them the backstory. Not a bridge version, but the backstory of how your life changed forever.
Okay. Well, first, let me mention the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I was in college at the time. Like, I did not want to go to school at all. Like, my plan was not to go to school. But, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to keep my mom's happy, my pops happy, you know what I'm saying. So I went to Lamar. I was going to Lamar in Memphis. That's why I moved to Memphis. And the first semester had just ended. And I was, like, having to, like, fill out papers and stuff for the second semester and all that craziness. And I was real frustrated, right? So I went to this joint in Memphis called Ching's. It's like a chicken wing joint, right? So I'm there, I'm eating wings, just trying to relax, you know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it, and my phone vibrated or whatever, and I look at it, I'm like, it said, Yo Gotti had followed me, or whatever, and I'm like, man, this ain't the real Gotti. So I swipe over, go to Twitter, I see the blue check, and my heart kind of like dropped a little bit, but I ain't tell nobody, I kept it to myself, put my phone back down, start eating some more. Then like 5 minutes later, it buzzed again, I look, and I see a number in my DMs, and I think it's just some chick like throwing me her number or something like that. I just brush it off, and someone just told me to look at it again, and it was really him. He like hit me up. So I called him, and you know what I'm saying, that conversation literally like changed everything. Like I made the decision to like hold off on school just to chase my dream, you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to really take me under his wing and take me on the road and things like that. So like everything pretty much changed. Like I stopped, not cut school out because I definitely want to go back and finish, but you know what I'm saying, I took a little hiatus from school, you know what I'm saying?
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all, man. And Smallz, I want to come to you because you mentioned earlier, you talked about how he's in Atlanta now and his grind and taking him from studio to studio, but talk about his work ethic and what people don't see, what you would like to share to the people about him.
Well, before I get to that, I want to say I was there with Gotti when he tweeted you and DM'd you and everything, so I seen it when he got your music. I saw when he got your music from B-Mims, to the point where he listened to it and he was enjoying it and he hit you up, so I seen the whole thing happen. It's crazy how it works. But as far as Wave, one thing I like about Wave is he's a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? He plays offense with the music industry, which is, you know, what I wish I would see more from independent artists. You know what I mean? He wakes up and all he thinks about is music and how he could take it to the next level and how he could market himself, whether it's social media or grassroots marketing or promotions, or, you know, for him being 19, the type of stuff in his head is like some stuff I would expect from like 28-year-old, 32-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So he's already, you know, hungry and ready to go get it. And I love to work with an artist like that. And, you know, I see Atlanta, there's a lot of that out there, but some of y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all ain't there yet. But yeah, no, I love that spirit. And I always feel like Wave, I always hear like his freestyles and his music and stuff. And it's like, the thing I see about Wave is like a baseball player. It's like, the more he gets at bat, man, he's gonna hit something. And it's just, is he gonna hit that single, double, homer, you know what I'm saying? I'm betting that he's gonna hit a grand slam when he gets up the bat, for real.
That's real. Smallz over here spitting that game right there. So, Wavy, I want to come back to you. So you talk about Wave Chapelle, right? So it's interesting because your name didn't just, you know, come into your head one day. Tell us how you got your name and what show inspired that.
Well, you know what I'm saying, back when I was in Milwaukee, I was going by Astro or whatever, and that name was given to me because of my weird hair. I had a weird haircut, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's just like, it's a little cartoon character named Astro Boy. So they're like, you know what I'm saying, like a little black Astro Boy or something like that. So I ran with that. But Wave Chapelle came because like me and my homies, we would always play on like pop culture names like Bill Cosby, Trill Cosby, or Dirk Nowinski, Perk Nowinski, you know what I'm saying? And my favorite comedian is Dave Chapelle. Like I would come home every day and like watch the DVD. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't really had cable like that, you know what I'm saying? We watching the DVD on the PlayStation every day. So, you know what I'm saying? One day I was just like, man, Dave Chapelle, like, man, it's kind of wavy. I'm like, Wave Chapelle, you know what I'm saying? It just popped in my head and I was like, why can't, that's me? Like, why can't that be me? So, and it started off as my Twitter handle, and then everybody just like kind of liked it. They're like, man, your name is so clever. And I was like, man, let me just change this to my rap name, you know what I'm saying? Just cause it's popping like that. So yeah, that's where that name came from.
It's Young Way, they used to treat me like a nobody. Now I'm stunting with my big homie Yo Gotti. I'm starting now, you still sitting up on them benches. I'm in the game 4th and inches next to the king of Memphis. And I got that flame that I never have to rekindle. Money, weed, pussy, and power stuck on my mental. Niggas hopping on beats way too sweet, overly gentle. Took your girl and gave her back like a rental. He saw potential.